Marci, a very
Yes.
interesting way that was introduced to you. It was actually from Hungarian G of copywriting, Adam, I believe his name was. Yeah, it was Adam. So he said that you two were in a group chat together and you had made 7,000 in 2 days, was it? Or am I
Yes, in
remembering
two
wrong?
days.
Okay, so
Yes.
that would be an interesting story to get to in a bit. But for now, please give an introduction about yourself.
Okay. My name is Marci. I'm 19. I'm from Hungary. I'm actually a 4 times national champion in my sport. It is beach volleyball. I also went to university last year, but this year I postponed it due to my lot of work in the real world
Mhm.
and with my clients. I didn't drop out yet because my family would be really, really mad, but it is a possibility that I won't ever continue it.
Right. Okay, you dropped quite a bomb there. So national, did you say national beach volleyball champion?
Yes, national beach volleyball champion
Oh,
4 times.
how did you get into that?
One of my relatives has done the sport, and he inspired me.
Nice. I actually
I start
enjoy
yes,
volleyball myself, but obviously recreationally, nothing competitive. But it is a fun sport. So what's it like
it is.
actually training for it and becoming a national champion? Just briefly at least.
It is two trainings per day during the summer in 40 degrees. I approximately I drink 4 liters of water per training in the summer. It
Wow.
is quite a lot, and I do it 2 times per day. It is very, very physical. Um, yes,
Okay, very interesting. And now I'd like to know, how did you find out about the real watch?
yes. Similarly to the other guys, I was very, very matrix minded. I was scrolling through TikTok in 2022 May. I just started to see and rotate all over TikTok. And at first sight, he seemed to be very, very arrogant. I didn't like him. I was raised in a completely different manner. I
Mhm.
instinctively disliked him. But then I started to listen more carefully to his thoughts. And then I found out that he's right in a lot of things. And then I found out that he is right in almost everything.
Mhm.
And I think my mind became matrix free at the same months when I started listening to him. Because I think I can see the matrix that everyone is programmed. We are consuming social media and everything. Um, yes, and I was also very, very deep in the matrix. I was almost all night up to 2 a.m. playing Clash of Clans, Agario, and stupid games like that. But right now, I usually wake up at 5, don't play any stupid games, never use social media for consuming, or sometimes I put out a few stories or posts. Um, but my time schedule is very, very strict and scheduled.
Mhm. Right. Damn, those games you named just reminding me of me back a while ago as well. Like Clash of Clans used to play 10 years ago, maybe yeah,
Yes.
8 to 10 years ago. Then AGRIO, you said, right?
Yes,
Yeah. That
actually,
was,
I
I
have
remember
been
in high
very.
school, not high school. Yeah, actually, early in high school, like during lunch times, you'd go on the computer and just play it because it's a game you can play in
Yes,
school.
actually, I have always been competitive because I was the best in my country in those games as well.
Yeah.
But it is a stupid thing to do,
Mhm.
waste of
But it's
time.
that need within us to conquer something, and video games are distractions to that. But if you find a
Yes,
direction, then you just do it in real life. And in this case, I'm presuming the real world is what gave you that direction, right?
yes,
Right.
completely.
Okay, so
Yes,
let's go in chronological order from when you joined the real world up until now, what you remember month by month, the whole process of going through it.
okay. I joined in 22 May. I started with copywriting and I stuck by it all the time. And the first money I have made with the real world was only in February 2023. That was due to my maybe because of my beach volleyball career, I focused on the sport during the summer. I joined in May, and I was training twice a day during the summer. And this is just an excuse, but I didn't find any time to focus on the real world. This is 100% just an excuse because I trained the same amount this year and I could find time for working. But yes, I didn't really did focused effort to making money in 2022. I was just consuming content from Professor Andrew and from the Tate brothers and from everyone. But it was very, very healthy to my mind because I didn't watch porn. I cut off distractions and I only focused on the real world, but I didn't do action. I only listened. I was consuming Andrew Tate's content and Andrew Bess's lessons, but I didn't do action. And I think that is the reason why I only made money in 2023.
Okay. There's still things to continue there. So what was 2023 like? Let's say from January, if you remember. You're saying 2022 didn't make money because you want to take an action. And then how did everything change in 23?
Yes. As I mentioned, I am doing copywriting. And in 2023, I started outreaching for a lot of companies in Hungary, only in Hungary, because I think that my Hungarian language knowledge is much better than the English one. Yes, of course. And after a month, I think I found a few clients because I was being perspicacious. I wasn't just sending blasting emails to everyone. I was focusing, and I did a few personalized emails, and I focused on providing value first before asking for anything. And I think that is the key to success: personalized effort and free value. Yes.
Okay. Still more to go into. I do agree, quality over quantity, for sure. Will be much higher response rates and land client sooner. Then what was the process like for actually landing the client then? When did you end up landing? Do you remember what month it was?
Yes. It was February. And he was a guy who developed a software which can be used in it is a CBCT segmentation software. I don't think you understand it, or I'm not sure. It is similar like X-ray, and it can scan your bones, and it also segmentates it and develops a two-dimension thing into a three-dimension. It is used for complex surgeries, but I didn't really understand what the guy was talking about. He is an engineer and he couldn't sell it, but this is a 3 million euro product. And he just developed it. It is a perfect product, but couldn't sell it. And that was my first time working with a client. I tried to sell it to CBCT device manufacturing companies, but couldn't do it. And one of the other problems, I didn't make money until 2023, is that when I found someone who I could work with, I always was searching for another client and another client. And I didn't stick by one client, as Professor Andrew recommends. I was always searching for new money, instead of providing results for someone and getting money for that. And this was the same with this guy, with this engineer. And since that, I didn't really talk to him because I found someone else. But I am looking forward to work with him again in someday. I don't think he could sell it, but I think I promised him that we will sell it, so I have to keep my word. This lesson was taught to me by Andrew Tate. There is one YouTube video I saw over 100 times. This is the Mind Text 2 Unlimited Motivation and the 4 tenets of the G mindset. I strongly recommend it to everyone. And the most important step for me is sticking to my word, becoming a sayer. Yes.
Okay, so the agreement with him was that you'll get back to him in future. Is it once you've improved in copywriting, or like what's the clause there for when you'll go back to him?
It was the lack of skill. I couldn't sell a 3 million euro. I felt like I couldn't sell a 3 million euro product in a B2B business, which was very, very highly technical. I had to write very, very technical text because it was a software, a medical software, and I simply couldn't do it. And I told this to client, and we agreed that when I will get better and when I get more experience, then I will help him again.
Okay, fair enough.
Yes.
And then you went on to finding other clients. So what was the process
Yes.
there for when you landed the others?
Yes. I continued the same process. I was doing a lot of free value, and that's how I got liked by a businessman. My outreach strategy was offering a free value for everyone, and he only replied, "Yes, I want to see it." That was all his reply, and I know that he is a very, very serious businessman. He was selling companies, and he was also a turnaround expert. That means that if your company is struggling with making money, you can hire him and he will help with his advices, or he can also become the CEO of the company and work like that. And he doesn't charge you money. He only charges after he proves and provides results. He works like that. And I knew that he's a very, very serious businessman, and that I have to put a lot of effort in my free value. And I spent 2 or 3 hours with working a copy for him, which he really, really liked. We started talking on the phone, and then I found out that he doesn't really want to promote his company, which sells other companies and which helps another companies growing. Instead, I found out that he really likes to travel. He travels 4 or 5 times a month, holiday after holiday after holiday, because he thinks that during holidays and at exotic places, he has better ideas. He always solves every problem in another country. Yes, that's his philosophy. And this was actually his idea, that I should help him with creating a mutual business with him. He wanted to work with younger guys who have a lot of energy, young entrepreneurs who couldn't grow to another level, who are quite successful but not successful. And he wanted to do it in a way that 6 young entrepreneurs can travel with him to another country for money, and for a few days, and he tells them his ideas, and he does audit on every single person. This was a mastermind trip, and then after that he provides his ideas.
And did you actually end up going on that trip? Did it come through, or did something happen?
This was one of the first big lessons for me, because I did the whole website for him, Facebook ads and everything, but I wanted to make money very, very quickly, and I wanted to push my client into starting this business very, very, very quickly, and he became a little bit frustrated, and we didn't go anywhere. Since that, we are still in a good relationship. I often call him, or sometimes he calls me, or text each other. He gave me a lot of very good advices, but we didn't make money together.
Okay.
I can phrase it like that. Yes.
What do you mean by he was getting frustrated by you trying to push the product out?
I wanted him and myself to go abroad within 3 weeks from agreeing that we are going to do this. We actually booked the plane tickets to Mallorca, but when I was writing the sales page in his name, it was a little bit. It was in a confident manner, and this guy is very, very humble. My client is very, very humble, and he didn't like it. But I wanted to say that, okay, this is good, that's why they will buy it, and yes. But he was frustrated because of me pushing him, and we stopped it. We agreed that, okay, not this time, maybe later. And from month to month, sometimes he or sometimes me call each other up and are talking about when to start the business. Currently, I have a lot of stuff going on, and I can't work with him, but we have a good relationship. He is like a mentor to me.
Interesting. Okay. So for all these outreaches, you're finding out about quite a few interesting people then that you get connected with,
Yes.
even when
Yes.
work sometimes doesn't work out. Okay. So in
Yes.
this case, when did you end up making money? At what point?
I think it was 23 May when I found a pension plan consultant. It is an agency, and I wrote them a sales page and a complete and the full sales funnel for them. But it was only 100,000 forints, which is, I don't know how many bucks, maybe $300. So that's not big money. The first bigger amounts of money came in October from two clients. I don't want to say what the bigger one is doing.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
but we agreed that I will have a commission after every sale, and the product is something that people buy on a daily basis, and they can produce it. Currently, they can produce 1 million pieces per day, but they will grow this number when we have more sales. So, yes, if I'm doing my work right, and if I use what Professor Andrew teach me, then I can make very easily 1 million euros per day. If I can start this business, because they gave me full responsibility, this client, to make this business going. They are one of the most influential people in my country, in Hungary. So that's also a very, very good. He's also like a mentor to me. He said that I am becoming part of their family. So that's very, very good. And actually, free value came to my mind again. When they invited first to their house, I gave them a very, very exotic gift. As I mentioned, I am a 4-time national champion in beach volleyball, and I gave him a small special edition beach volleyball, which was signatured by the world champions and some other people. And there is only 2 pieces in the world from that type of ball. And I gave it to him, and at the first time we met each other, and I impressed him. Yes.
Wow. Okay. So I guess it does help, especially when you're working with people in Hungary. It does help that you're national beach volleyball champion, or 4-time actually.
Yes.
I'm sure they
Yes.
are interested in that. You probably bring it up at some point. So it feels like they're actually working with someone who's competent because they know just how much
Yes.
dedication it requires to get to that level of something. So it likely translates to something like copywriting as well, that you put in the same level into it. And yeah, interesting how that works. Anything to add there?
Yes. Probably one other thing, that everyone around me knows that I never lie. And this is also because thanks to Andrew Tate. What I didn't ever lie in the last 1.5 years when I started to listen to Andrew Tate, and he said that your word has to be iron. And I kept that promise and that advice, and I never lied to anyone, and everyone trusts my word 100%. And this is very, very good.
Yeah, good. That's how it should be as men.
Yes.
Okay, so in total, how much have you earned so far?
Around 3 million forints, and it is around $8,000.
Okay.
A little bit more than that. Yes.
Okay. Congratulations. And
Thanks.
a lot of potential in future to scale this because of the client you just
Yes,
spoke
there is a
about.
lot of potential. Yes.
Super cool.
Yes.
Okay. And where do you see this heading for you then in the short term, medium term, and long term?
As I said, that I keep my promises. I promise my client that we will sell 1 million pieces until the end of the year. So probably I will become a dollar millionaire until December 31. So yes, that's my plan.
Solid. All right, let's do a follow up in January, February. Hold you accountable.
Yes, we can
So
do
there'll
it.
be extra
Yes.
accountability
Thank
for you.
you. Okay.
All right, just to make sure that you have achieved it and get it documented. That'd be super cool. And then, where was your life heading before you joined the real world? What plans did you have, and then how has that changed?
Actually, I was focusing more on sport. Currently, I am thinking a lot about whether I can do both, whether I can work 10 plus hours per day on making money, and whether I can have 2 trainings per day for becoming an Olympic champion. I always had big goals, and at sport, I was very, very determined, and I had a strong work ethic. But besides that, I wasn't doing anything important or valuable 2 years ago. Currently, I don't really waste a minute a day. I am much more focused, and there is one goal. I want to have a private jet in a way that I don't really see the difference on my bank balance. That is my goal, that I will have a private jet without it being a trouble for me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Solid. Okay.
Yes.
And where would you say your mindset comes from to actually put in that much work? Is it the need to conquer that you finally, again, have a goal? Or is it just something you've always had within you? Anything to add there?
I never wanted to be average, but I didn't know the way. And I think that the Tate brothers and the real world showed me the way how to get my dreams come true. And I'm sure that it will happen.
Okay. So I guess we can wrap up with for people who are unsure about joining the real world because they're thinking they'll get scammed for $50. What advice
No,
would you have to them?
actually, my environment was very, very angry for me for joining it. Everyone told me that it is a pyramid scheme and they are just sex traffickers, human traffickers, rapers, and everything. Everyone pulled me down. But now they seem to be a little bit more convinced that it wasn't that bad of an idea to join it.
Mhm.
So I encourage everyone to join it because it is the best investment of my life.
Very good. And I guess I didn't ask much about actually the process of going through and learning copywriting from the real world. How different was it compared to if you were to just do it online, somewhere from online?
I never tried it online, so I don't know it. But one thing I can mention is that Professor Andrew and the real world puts a strong emphasis on making your mind free. And this phone is a very, very big distraction. And I always had to do my deep work sessions in a way that I put my phone into the kitchen, into the bottom of what is the
Draw,
name of a,
draw, draw.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay, fair. And now, if people want to find out more about you or contact you, where can they do so?
Yes, actually, I want a few competent content creators to find me because I need to produce a lot of content and videos for my clients. And they can reach me out on Instagram, and they will see my Instagram name, the username down
In the
there. It is
description.
yes,
Yeah,
in the
it'll be
description.
added down. So yeah, do check anyone interested in contacting. All right, Marci, thank you for coming on and sharing your story. It was quite interesting, a unique perspective from a four-time national beach volleyball champion. How you've translated that to business. It was very interesting to listen to, and your journey throughout the real world back from last year. So yeah, it will be interesting to hear in 3 months or so just how much you have
Yes.
progressed and how much more has happened for you and how everything has scaled.
Okay.
So until then, I wish you all the best.
Thank you, Rokas. See you then. Goodbye.